Hello, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey, and it's Wednesday night. Let's see if we can get this going here. I'm sorry I had my fan on, and I realized it was probably pretty loud, so I just turned it off. Hi, Jamie. Good evening. So it's been an eventful week, and I think we're all tired from staying up to watch the Braves for 3 or 4 days in a row, so this is going to be a short one tonight, I think, but it's really a pretty card, so you'll like that part. Let's see, I realized here we got something in the way. We'll get that going out of the way. Now, Monday, we spent the entire day focusing on Eden's Garden. I'm not going to do that to you tonight, but I did want to give you a heads up on something. If you were thinking about getting Eden's Garden and you wanted the entire collection, starting tomorrow, you can join Stamping Up for $75. It's usually $95. So you could get this entire collection for $82, and you would have $43 left because you get $125 worth of product for $75. So this would be $82, and then take that away from $125, and you have $43 left to buy more jewels, some ribbon, some gold foil. You would definitely want some gold foil, or whatever. And you know what? You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to hold classes. You can just shop from yourself for the discount. And if you don't want to stay after your 3 or 4 months is up, then you just quit shopping and you're good. So this is really a good deal. Now, if you don't like Eden's Garden and you don't want it, you still can join for $75 and get $125 worth of products that you do like. So think about that. You should be getting a newsletter first thing in the morning that explains the joining offer. And feel free to text me, call me, email me, and I'll be glad to talk to you about it. But tonight, we're not going to use Eden's Garden. We're going to use Peaceful Cabin. I thought the paper that came with this set was the prettiest paper ever. Let's look at it. I went ahead and pre-cut the pieces tonight to kind of keep it shorter. So I've got, so this is a buffalo plaid grays, and then this side's some snowflakes, and it's got some silver on it. And this side has shiny silver, and the other side are some of the pretty cabins. This would even be pretty as wrapping paper, wouldn't it? And we have these trees. Be a nice background. Look at that wood grain with silver. Isn't that pretty? Let's see, we've got those. Now this piece, if you cut it in fourths, then you can get 2 card fronts out of each, or you can do other things. You could put pictures here and let it be a scrapbook page. And then the back is just some little Christmas trees. Oh, I'm sorry, your video's pausing, Jamie. I hope that is not because of me, but sometimes bandwidth problems can cause that, so it could be on my end or your end. So here's some trees, and they've got sparkly silver snowflakes. That again would be a beautiful scrapbook page. And very generic. This would be good for a masculine card. This one, if you cut it down the middle, then you've got cards going this way you could do. Let's see, we've looked at those. We've looked at all of these, I think. So those are our patterns of the Peaceful Cabin DSP. And I really think it's pretty. And Buffalo Check is so on trend. It's always worth investing in that. Now this has matching dies that you don't have to. You could still use the DSP definitely to make cards without having to purchase the dies. But you get cabins, a fence, some trees, some snowflakes. We're just going to use this little one here. So, and we're going to stamp the cabin. I'd like to be in that cabin when it snows. The sentiments, your kindness makes the world a more beautiful place to be. See, these don't have to be Christmas. That could be a thank you card in January for your Christmas card gifts. May you enjoy the peace of this beautiful season. Look at that little fox. Isn't he cute? Thank you for you and wishing you the best. So that wishing you the best would be a good all-around sentiment for a wedding or retirement or anything like that. So let's get started. Ooh, I need a piece of Whisper White. I think I have one right here. I didn't think about that. And let's see what we're going to do first. I think we'll go ahead and put our card base together first. And this is the card we're going to make. So I'll walk you through how to cut this. You see here it's a split front card. Very soft colors, pretty sentiment. So we're going to start with a 4 1/4 by 8 1/4, and then it's scored at 5 1/2. So that's our card front. And that leaves us this piece here to put our designer series paper and all on. And so if you'll measure this, you'll see this is really right at 2 3/4. So we want to have a little border showing. So this then is just 1/4, just 1/8 of an inch shorter all the way around. And then our designer series paper is another 1/8 of an inch. So we'll have that. I will put these measurements up in the next day or two for you if you want to do this. And of course you can always change that space in between your split. You can have it be smaller or larger depending on your sentiment. So that's the trick, is you want it to match the sentiment you're using. But you'll see how this works in a minute. Hi Pam, how are you? It's nice to see you here tonight. And Rosalind. Now we need our bottom part. So this is 1 1/4 inches. And then we're going to do, that's 1/8 smaller, and then another 1/8 smaller. So we'll put that together. I was thinking how this would look so pretty with some of our floral stamps, and then this piece here would have flowers on it rather than the snowflakes or whatever. So I cut a piece of silver foil, and I believe this is like 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. So then this is 2 by 4, and we're going to have a nice silver border around our trees. I sure was tired Monday after the whole day of Eden. I was pretty much worn out. I hope we didn't wear you guys out. Now we're going to have to put this together. We don't want this bottom to slide. So I'm going to put some of that tape on it. Hold it in place. We don't want it glued down. And now we're going to put some dimensionals on here to attach it to our card front. Make sure I've got that one. Now the bottom row, we don't have quite as much territory there, so we can't put as, we can only put like 1 row of dimensionals. But they will stay, they'll hold in place. But you know what? We're going to do some stamping first, because I want to make sure we don't put this in the wrong place. So put that to the side so I don't glob all over it. And we're going to stamp, may you enjoy the peace of this beautiful season. That's a really nice sentiment for somebody that maybe you think would be going to have a sad Christmas with loss in their family. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was out of the camera. Let me bring this up. But that sentiment would be nice for someone that you thought wasn't going to have the super happy Christmas. I hope that's better. Thank you, Kay, for letting me know. Now we'll stamp this right about there. I do tend to, well, of course I want to stamp right up close to myself because I can't see. So I'm glad you guys feel comfortable to tell me you can't see either, because that's important. Now when we fold this down, we can put our Christmas tree there and not mess up. And we move those out of the way. No. Now we're going to add, I think I can sneak another dimensional in there or 2. I can easily do that. Hold that nice and secure. And we will use a pick tool to pull the cover off of that dimensional. There, that looks sturdier, doesn't it? Now we need our little cabin. So I have a piece of basic white. And I'm using, this is a great card. It only uses one color, basic gray. Let's see, I think we can, yeah, we don't have to use the long area there. Could use basic black here, but I think the gray keeps it a little softer looking. That's what we want to go with, the monochromatic soft look. And we're going to put this in the cut and emboss machine. We'll put that die on it. This die is long, so we're going to run it through this direction. See, if you did this with the snow at the bottom, you could put that cabin all the way across the front of your card, but we're just going to use the cabin, so we're not going to waste the paper. We just need to cut out this little pretty little cabin, which, like I said, you don't have to buy the dies because you could just fussy cut this cabin. But I don't know about those trees. It might be kind of hard to cut those trees. So we'll run this through the cut and emboss machine. Now, for those of you that don't own a cut and emboss machine, if you wanted to do the $75 joining fee tomorrow, you could put the cut and emboss machine in your cart. And that would be a fabulous savings for you. Now we're going to just fussy cut here. Somebody asked me, what does fussy cut mean? It just means you're cutting with your scissors. And I don't know who came up with that term. I guess it means because you're having to be a little bit fussy when you're cutting this. Or if you hate it, you are probably fussing because you don't like it. I don't mind fussy cutting. It's kind of fun. Now I'll put this so I don't lose it. We'll put it back with our dies in a safe place. It seems like I always lose the tiny, tiny dies, not the big ones. Now there's our cabin. I am going to put some glitter on this one. I know we don't sell Stampin' glitter anymore, but I just think this little cabin needs some glitter. So you can use any fine glitter that you own. It can be Stampin' Up if you have some retired, or something that you buy at a big box store. But snow needs to be glittery. If you don't like glitter, then you just put some Wink of Stella on there. It'll be a little bit shiny. The good thing is this dries pretty quick, so. Now, these coffee filters are the best. Just get 100 from the Dollar Tree and you'll have them for several years. See, our cabin is nice and glittery. Put our glitter back in, and then we can just throw this away. Haven't put much into that. Brush that to the side. I think this needs a little. Brush there. That glitter will come off in the envelope or all over somebody's clothes. Don't send this to people that don't like glitter. We're going to put our little cabin. Don't want to cover up our words, so we're going to make sure that we are careful with that. And we will only put our dimensionals down this center part. I was glad I had seen a card yesterday using this layout. It reminded me we haven't used it in a while. We tend to get stuck with using the same card sketch or layout, but this one kind of, it's pretty easy. And I like it. Now this is probably not going to go in our envelope very well, so we'll just snip that off. That looks like I can put the dimensional right there to help that flap. Now we need to put, I loved the fact that we're going with the monochromatic, so we'll use the black and white gingham ribbon. I don't know if it's on back order again or not. It's been in and out ever since it came out. It's been so popular. But if you don't have the black and white check ribbon, you could use some of the silver, that gray granite ribbon that we have. Or you could use that pretty white crinkle ribbon, or the pretty ribbon that's got the glitter in it. That would be pretty too. They not always have an alternate that we can use. Put that glue dot there. This is all I have until my order comes, because I am totally out of mini glue dots. But I placed my order last night, so that worked. They should be here pretty soon. That's one of the good things about being this close to Salt Lake City. My packages get here real quick. Most of the time. Fluff that up. And here's our card. And that came out real pretty, didn't it? So I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you check your email in the morning for my newsletter. If you haven't been getting my newsletter, you need to check your spam folder, because it's a possibility that, because I use a mailing service, that it could be going to your spam. So double check and see. You can or you can let me know and I can send it another way. So thanks for joining me tonight for Wednesday night card crafting. And I'll be back next Monday for Lunch and Learn. Talk to you later. Bye.